Hello, I am Dr. Manmeen Brar, and this presentation is a continuation of the first part on the use of modals in the English language. The next modal that we are going to focus on, in continuation to the earlier presentation, where we looked at the use of will, shall, may, can, and would. Now we come to should. Should is used to express obligation or advisability. I would say it is moral duty, something that we are supposed to do, not that we always do it. Like, you should not be late. You should not tell a lie. You should obey your parents. You should respect your elders. So this is something which is a moral duty. It is a social obligation and we are advised to do it. People should not tell lies. You should take regular exercise. So should and another modal ought to, something which is an obligation. They are both used for the same purpose. Should and ought to, something that is a moral duty. Next we come to might. Might is the past tense of may in indirect speech. It is used to express remote possibility. The result might appear in the next day's newspaper. Or if you think about the present times, a vaccine for COVID-19 disease might be discovered soon. So wherever you find in the brackets remote possibility or slight possibility, then the modal to be used is might. For very strong possibility we use will. With 50% probability we go for may, and might is for very remote possibility. Next modal is could. Could is the past tense of can, which expresses ability, capability and capacity in the present. So could means ability, capability and capacity in the past. Something that you could do in the past and may not be able to do in the present. For example, I could read without glasses until 6 months ago. I could play a game of tennis when I was younger. That means in the past but not in the present. We could buy gold for 1,000 per 10 grams a few years ago. Now it is at 55,000. So something which was a possibility in the past but not possible anymore. Ought to is actually a synonym for should. Ought to means duty, moral or social obligation, and it is nearly the same as should. You ought to obey your parents. You ought not to cheat in the exams. You ought to respect your elders. You ought to take care of your old parents. That is your moral duty. Next we come to must, which is a very strong modal. It expresses compulsion, where you have no choice. It is something which is necessary. It is a very strong, emphatic advice. Your father tells you, you must come back to the house before sunset. It is a kind of an order which you cannot dare to disobey. The teacher said that the students must submit their projects, the teachers said that the students must bring their textbooks to the class every day. So must is something which doesn't give you any leeway of choice. It is compulsory. So whenever you find these words in the brackets, compulsion, necessity, emphatic advice, then please use the modal must. Now must also has two negatives, need not and must not. Need not means lack of compulsion. You needn't bring your certificates along. You needn't come back in the evening. The second negative of must is must not. Must not means very strongly prohibiting you from something. Smoking is prohibited. Overspeeding is prohibited. These are often found on roadsides or in theaters. Means that if you do it, it is punitive. You will be punished for breaking this rule. So it is something which is strictly prohibited. You must not overspeed. You must not smoke. You must not walk on the grass. You must not use my car. Must not. It is prohibited. It is not allowed. It is important that you do not do something. You must not drink and drive. If you do, your license will be taken away. You must not tell John or you will be punished. So I hope you understand. I'm not, you can read about don't have to, but that is not a modal in a syllabus. Dare, as all of you know, expresses fearlessness, bravery, valor. Dare expresses fearlessness of any consequences. It means brave enough to. He dared to become a pilot. Dare is not in a syllabus, but we needed to know the meaning. What is a very important modal for you is dare not, which means you are lacking in that courage. He dare not disobey his father. He dare not criticize the principal. He dare not hide the truth from his father. So dare not is a fairly new modal and it means lack of courage. Please remember this. This is one of the very important modals and you get questions on this. Used to is a modal which expresses a habit in the past and something that you would do earlier but don't do it in the present times. He used to go for a walk when he was young. He used to visit us every day. Now he comes rarely. Here I would like to point out that could is ability in the past, something that you could do and are unable to do in the present. Would is some habit that you had earlier but you have given up now. Now here is a table which clarifies the modals. And next we move again to a small chart which tells you compulsion. The modal to be used is must. You must eat all the food in your plate. You must see him today. You must wait. The modal for no obligation is need not. You need not eat all the food in your plate. You need not see him today. You need not wait. And then the second negative of must is prohibit. You must not eat all the food in your plate. You must not see him today. You must not wait. So, students, please understand these. Must is compulsion, must not is prohibition, and need not means you have a choice. So, please differentiate between all of them. This presentation about modals is going to be continued in Use of Modals Part 3. Please join up and watch that as well. And if you have queries, you can contact me on my email at chandigarh233@gmail.com. We will be discussing this in the next presentation as well. Thank you very much.